Because there's no
That's-
lightsaber.
That's the whole point of Star Wars, baby.
The
What
whole
do you mean
point of
there's no
Star Wars
lightsaber?
is the struggle against fascism.
Yeah.
When you think about Star Wars, you think about one thing.
I think about rebellion versus empire.
No, you think about lightsabers. That's the
Dude,
I
one
think
thing.
if
a
you watch-
double-sided lightsaber.
Thank you.
I'm the most badass mofo, dude.
Hey everybody, Jordan from Back Society here. Do me a favor and click that subscribe button below and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single episode. Now, back to grinding.
All right, welcome back to Back Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-hosts.
S, baby.
And of course, you know the other one.
See money.
So,
Baby.
current events have been happening this week, right? We got the North Korea. We got the one big, beautiful bill. So big. And shit,
So
what was the
big.
third one?
So big.
Did you see how all the AI companies are now teaming up with like Microsoft and Apple?
Yeah. Did you see the
Like-
Google video thing?
Apparently the Google AI thing was wild.
Yeah, because they can talk now. That was the whole big thing.
Yeah,
AI's taking over.
it is pretty nuts. Dude.
It is a big push. As a guy in tech, kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it's
Get your
happening.
Neuralink.
You're
your
fucked,
Neuralink.
bro.
I am kind of fucked. Not yet, but it'll be there eventually.
It's gonna be there sooner than later. It feels like. At this
Yeah.
point.
Every
I
day it
agree.
gets better and better.
Trust me, I've tried to use AI to help with like some of my like job load, and that thing is retarded.
Yeah,
It's still
But,
a
you
little
know.
ways to go, but it'll get there.
it's exponential, right? Like it took. Look how long it took us to get here.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
mean, like talk to
think
someone
about-
in 2021, they wouldn't have believed you, right?
No, dude. Think
2021?
about when the first Chat GPT came out. It was like, what the fuck? And now it's like leaps and bounds beyond what it was, man.
It is.
It's a
Remember when-
Pokédex.
Don't you remember, like just a few years ago when DALL-E first arrived and everyone looked like grotesque beings, and now look at
Yeah.
it. You can create
No.
so much fake shit. You can create so
Uh,
much.
Yo,
Oh, dude, it's gonna be. The one thing is like, yeah, the Chat GPT thing, especially in technology, yeah, that kind of sucks for me. But like the art thing, I'm kind of scared of it.
yeah, the art thing's kind of funky, man. You remember when the deep fake stuff like of Obama,
Yes.
and everybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
and that was like what, like 2012-ish,
Yeah.
2015. I don't know. It was a while ago.
now it's gonna be
the
everywhere,
amount
and you can't tell the difference.
I know. Well, the thing is, like, that was really good back then, and it still holds up. But it took them so much work to do
Hold
that.
on.
Even it's gonna be on demand, dude.
I was bamboozled one time. I was watching this they were like, it's a GTA movie and it was starring Will Smith. I was like, did you get the hint? I was like, they're making a GTA movie? Like it was like a trailer, and then you see Denzel Washington and I'm like, oh, this has got to be fake. There's just no way. But I mean, like, dude, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I
shit's
just got
getting real.
bamboozled.
Yo, real quick, speaking of Denzel, I started watching American Gangster on the treadmill today at the gym.
Oh,
That
man.
movie is dope, dude. I
Good
love
movie.
that movie.
I remember years
Good
ago you were
movie.
talking about how great that movie was.
It's so it holds.
You were like,
up,
you guys ever
dude.
seen American Gangster?
Blue
It's
Magic.
so
That's a
good.
brand
Oh my god,
name.
it's so good.
Think about what he did to get those connections in Vietnam, though. Like, I mean, this
Oh.
man went in the middle. He was like, I don't care. They're like,
Dude,
that's hot territory. That's dangerous over there. I don't care. Take me. We're going. Like, dude.
I mean, it was
Crazy.
it was a cool movie. I'm not gonna lie, it was great.
it's so the way he plays it, bro. Oh, and the scene when it opens up with that dude, they just light him on fire in the chair. They just put a bunch of oh my
He had
god,
a
dude.
really good string of movies. Like, what was it? Like, 2005 to 2010. It was great. Like that and like,
Dude,
Man on Fire. That was really
Man
cool,
on
too. That was a
Fire.
good
Man
movie.
on
so
Fire.
good.
What's
So
the
good.
one-
That's what I was gonna say.
What's the other one when he's the negotiator with the bank robber? Man Inside?
Yeah,
Man
Inside
Inside?
Inside Man.
Inside
Inside
Man.
Man.
That was a good one. That was
That's
good.
with Clive Owen.
Dude,
right?
the
That's what
ending
Clive
got
Owen-
me too. When the dude just rolls
Bro.
out, walks out like no problem, dude. That was cool.
I mean, and now you forget though, he's like almost 80 years old.
I know. And
He's up there.
you know what though? He was good in Gladiator too, man.
He was good in Gladiator
He was
too.
good.
Yeah.
He was good in Gladiator, bro.
I
He
still
could have
don't-
been AI though. We don't know. We don't know. That could have been AI.
I mean, at
Denzel.
that
He
point,
looked
you
younger in
can.
that.
I mean, Disney's been doing it since, like, you know, I mean, what they did with like Rogue Tarkin and Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's true.
Great, but
Fair.
like, it's gonna look better now.
You know what though? I remember when with the Luke Skywalker that was at the end of Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
When they bring him
Yeah.
back all young.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it being like, that's it. That's the
Yeah.
best they could do. I see
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
stuff on fucking YouTube.
YouTube.
It was bad.
Yep.
Like, I was part of the train that was just like, look, if you're gonna bring him back, just use a different actor. You the guy who played Winter Soldier in Marvel. You know, he looks kind of like Mark
Yeah.
Hamill.
Or he's
Yeah,
his son.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah,
Is that his name?
Sebastian Stan, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just recast him, bro. Like,
Yeah. It's not a big deal.
It's fine, bro. We're not gonna cry over it. You know.
But
I
you
mean-
know, Disney, they're not innovative enough. They're not thinking. They just go where the money's at.
Dude.
well, they got rid of what's her face, right?
Which one?
Kennedy, Kathleen Kennedy. Was that? her name?
No. In fact, she's probably gonna have a stronger position because Andor was her idea.
Oh, I thought she like left or was removed from some position.
Yeah, she was because her and the what's his name, the curly hair guy,
Oh, Filoni.
they kept butting heads. Remember?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she got like
I'm
demoted.
not gonna lie. I've been losing some faith in Filoni.
She got, but I think she got demoted because she did the Acolyte too, right? Wasn't she the
Dude.
one? Wasn't that the reason why? I thought the Acolyte was pretty good, honestly. Those
No, you.
It had one good episode.
No,
It had
you
one good episode, and that was
Dude,
when
you bitched about it the entire time. Dude.
if they just focused on the fucking Sith guy and the Squid Games guy, it would have been fine. Everyone else, could
no,
go
I
away.
can't. No,
Everyone
You,
else should have
that's
gone
2
away.
scenes in that whole show, and the rest of it, you're like, "Are you kidding me? This is
He-
stupid."
It was one
Everybody's
episode.
dying.
It was one episode. And they
because
showed
how
a
can you
cameo of
go?
Darth Plagueis. Yes.
How can you go from Obi-Wan, Anakin, you know, the Jedi not in their prime, to these weakling Jedis that are
That's-
supposed to be in their
I
prime?
told you
Because-
didn't like it at all.
You
got-
and not to mention, like, the choreography was actually pretty lit. I thought it was good.
That's what
The choreographing-
it was.
Was really good. I can imagine the Jedi being a little weaker because, you know, they've had peace for like 1,000 years. You know, you don't become the strongest ever in the times of peace.
I don't even think they. I mean, how could they have peace? Those Jedis were so weak. I mean, one guy took out
There
10
was
of them
no enemy.
in a blink of an eye.
It took Palpatine to actually create an enemy, and it was within the Republic. The Trade Federation was technically within the Republic.
Let's just say the choreographic scenes were really good. The lightsaber scenes were really good. Everything else,
To be
mid.
honest,
Not
there-
even mid.
I'm not gonna lie though. Tony Gilroy came out with his interview about like the production of Andor, and he gave all credit to Kathleen Kennedy about it. So, you know, she's kind of risen a little bit. in my book. She's kind of risen.
You know what though? I think Disney is paying for Andor's ratings because, dude, I still can't get past the first episode.
Maybe if you
Like, I
just
just-
watch past the first episode,
Yeah,
you
Let me
realize
tell you
why.
what, I've heard multiple people say it's really good. Multiple people. They
I-
said the
I've
second
heard-
season's better than the first season.
I've heard it. I heard too that it's good, but at the same time, when I sit down, maybe it's just it starts slow.
It's because there's no
It
lightsaber.
starts extremely slow.
Because there's no
That's-
lightsaber.
That's the whole point of Star Wars, baby.
The
What do
whole
you mean
point of
there's no
Star Wars
lightsaber?
is the struggle against fascism.
Yeah.
When you think about Star Wars, you think about one thing.
I think about rebellion versus empire.
No, you think about lightsabers. That's the
Dude,
I
one
think
thing.
If you watch-
Double-sided lightsaber.
Thank you.
I'm the most badass mofo, dude.
You know how that's bullshit? Because it was a New Hope that hooked us all in, right? And you can't say the lightsaber is what got you because it was just
No.
wrong
You're
for
wrong,
like
though.
2 scenes.
You're wrong though, because when we were growing up, we could watch all 3 movies, and we didn't
We
know
knew.
we didn't know the difference.
We knew there was like
And we were young when Phantom Menace came out, and that just like blew the doors off the
Look,
fucking
yeah,
building,
it was
dude.
cool, but like my earliest memory of Star Wars was the trench run, and I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever.
But you had Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon Jinn taking off the robe, facing death in their face, eye to eye. And he just pulls out a double-bladed.
Look, I do remember that was a mind-blowing moment. Like that was, I shit my pants moment. Holy shit.
That was a
double
little-
lighted sights.
It solidified lightsabers in the zeitgeist.
That was a real demon right there.
I
that
don't
they were
know,
about to
I just
face.
liked
I mean, the trench run is definitely iconic, but also
I like
what's
the
also
trench run.
iconic is when Luke and Vader both lightsabers come out. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Finally.
Look, this is a hot take. This is a hot take, and I know you both will disagree with me. But let's say LucasArts had to decide between two games, and one you're a Jedi fighting Sith, or you're a freaking like X-wing pilot. I'm going for the pilot.
Okay. I knew you were always an NPC in my eyes. I knew you was always a side character.
NPC,
You were
Jedi's
never a
supposed to
main character.
PC favor.
Okay.
The-
Okay.
It's what, liking the Jedi and Sith battles is the most NPC you could be about Star Wars.
what are you?
No,
talking-
Jedi's are
how
the
you-
main. We're the main characters, bro.
How?
What do you mean we, dude? You said we.
The Jedi's are the main characters. Come on, you were chosen, and then you want to pick a person that's not chosen?
Sorry.
Okay.
Rebellion's
Okay.
all about the little axe, man. It took an alliance to take down the Empire. An alliance.
You're right. Okay. You all right?
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're getting at, but I don't know, man. Like,
I
like when I think of
I
like,
like pew
good-
pew
when I think
space
of-
battles.
but when I think of like great Star Wars games, I think of like Knights of the Old Republic. And what do you want in that? You want a
Can't do
fucking
that.
lightsaber.
You can't pull that out. Okay,
Like,
you can't pull.
I mean, I'm
that
just
you
saying. Let's
can't.
just be real. Let's just be real.
You can't, dude. First off,
Those
I
are
just
facts.
when it comes to KOTOR, we both know the best era in KOTOR was the Mandalorian Wars. That's what you want to play in a game. You want to play the Mandalorian Wars. You want to be Revan taking down Mandalore the Ultimate, fighting against the Mandalorians, dude. That's the best part of KOTOR. It's just the whole backstory of it is really what like gets me. Because like Revan, when you go through his entire story, it's goated. It's 100% goated.
It is.
Dude was just an unstoppable force of nature, and he could do no. How do you become a Jedi, turn Sith, and then become a Jedi hero again? Never been. You don't see that.
You lose your memory. That's what happens.
Well, he didn't lose it. They scrubbed his memory.
Scrub
The
your
Jedi
memory,
kind of fucked him over on that
but
one.
I'm just saying. Like, think about it. Think about it. Right.
please.
When you played Battlefront, what did you want to do?
I was a trooper.
yeah,
No,
we
you
know.
wanted.
I was a
No,
trooper.
no,
I hated. And when I was a hero, I was Han. I hated being a Jedi. The mechanics just
Man.
weren't that great.
You are-
I feel
you
like
are-
it's cool. I just feel like they could have done it better.
Why do you like being a side character?
Why
How was
are
it a
you?
side character? You agree with like every 4-year-old that's just like lightsaber. Oh my
Are
God.
you in Dragon
And you're
Ball
calling
Z? You're
me-
Krillin, aren't you? You love to be Krillin, aren't
Oh,
you?
don't be shit on
I'm
Krillin.
Trunks, dude. Trunks.
Don't be shit on Krillin.
I'm Trunks.
Jordan-
I have my sword.
Jordan's more of a Chaozu kind of guy.
You're more of a Yamcha, I feel.
I was debating between Yamcha and Chaozu.
We all know Trunks is the best. Sliced up Frieza like it was no one's problem.
Oh, Gohan's the best. It doesn't matter.
I was either
King
when it comes
Gohan.
to Budokai, I'm always Trunks or Kid Buu.
Side
Good dude.
characters, man. Come on, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Kid Buu is
Scott's-
pretty legit.
Scott is Teen Gohan. That's who he sees himself as. He's the Gohan that murked Cell.
You have. I mean, that's the main character right there.
He was supposed to be the main character. He was supposed to, but they made him too much of a bitch, dude. When he
Yeah.
got older.
I gotta focus on my studies.
Well,
Yeah, it was so lame, dude. Yeah, Teen Gohan was peak Gohan. Although, future Gohan, one arm Gohan's pretty badass, dude.
Dude, that whole
nah, I
that
can't.
whole movie was
can't.
so sad though.
I
It
know.
was, but like
can't.
that was what Gohan should have been. Was that guy with two
That-
arms?
that attitude. Well, I mean, like he
It was built like, you know, he was raised in the shit.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
was. Goku was taken out by a heart condition.
I know,
Can
it's
you-
so lame, dude.
It was
That's
so
so
lame.
dumb. But I mean, that's the only way to kill the strongest man in the universe, right?
Yeah. It's still it's just
disease?
like, oh no, a heart disease. No. It was an internal thing that ended up killing Goku, not external.
Or what about when he was fighting the android and then Vegeta just came out of nowhere,
Bro.
Super Saiyan, and everybody's like, "Oh my!"
I mean, for me, it's either Team Gohan or Vegeta. Vegeta's a badass, dude.
He's a bad man. He's a
It's
bad
nice of all
man.
Saiyans.
He's the best, dude.
He's the or like that scene when he like goes to a different planet and then he finally transforms for the first time. He's
Oh yeah, when he's
fighting
looking
up
up
all-
at the rain. You know, he's all
and he
like,
has
oh, I'm so
much
upset."
pride. So much pride.
Saiyan pride, baby.
He's like, I gotta save my ship. I gave it everything I got. Reached my limits.
All right.
And then he just
I realized my third option. Broly.
What's that?
Oh, Broly's crazy.
Broly.
Which Broly though? Which one?
The new
'Cause
one.
there-
dude,
they got multiple versions.
I like the new one because he becomes a Z fighter.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
interesting.
Yeah, he ends up joining Goku and Vegeta.
Mm. Mm.
You don't like that, do you?
I got
No,
a little yeah, we got a little too old for that one.
A little too old. It's timeless, bro. That's like saying you're
I-
too old for Star Wars. It's meant for kids.
Star Wars is not meant for kids.
Yes, it
Not
is.
anymore. No,
It
it's
is,
meant
dude.
for.
The Empire
No.
got taken down by fuzzy teddy bears, and you're saying it's not for kids.
That one movie does not justify that whole thing. All right.
I don't.
How many
dude,
Star Wars movies are
okay,
there
first
now?
off. Okay,
9,
second off.
9, 11.
Gungans, who is that appealing to?
Gungans?
Gungans.
We could have done without the Gungans. It's fine. But you need diversity in a universe like that. Like, why? Like, what don't you understand?
Gungans is the
There's-
diversity.
There was hobbits in the Lord of the Rings.
The hobbits.
Those
are
are no need.
Yeah, but the hobbits are a symbol, man. It's not. It's no
So-
matter how
so are
small
the
you are, you can
Ewoks.
have a big impact in the world.
So are the Ewoks. They had a big impact in the universe, in the
Fuzzy
galaxy.
teddy bears. The hobbits are
They-
at least just small people.
They were fuzzy too.
Wow, dude. Ewoks are
have
people.
fuzzy
too,
feet.
man. Jeez.
What's are people?
Did you
too.
not see? Did you not see what Frodo did? He was a hobbit. He destroyed the ring.
I said that. I know that aligns with what I said.
I think
Oh.
it was a mistake. That was a big mistake on his
I would have
part.
kept
What he
it.
should have
I would've
kept it.
Yeah, dude, just rule.
Roll.
One
Didn't
ring
you
to
learn-
rule all,
You
dude.
didn't learn the lesson of freaking
About being.
They
no,
never
about
had a
being
hobbit rule.
ancestor.
They
could've
never
been-
had a hobbit ruler, dude. He could have broken the cycle.
What was he gonna do? You put on that ring, you turn invisible, cool, and then you have an army of fucking ring wraiths after you. I mean, how do you roll with that?
He could have controlled the ring race. He never gave it a shot.
He didn't
Never
have
did.
the strength. Sauron. It was Sauron's ring. It was his power, and he's a Maiar. He's a.
You never.
Frodo's a hobbit.
You never have the strength
Hobbits,
until
bro.
you have to have the
The only
strength.
people that could utilize it decently are the wizards because they're part
Uh,
god.
And hobbits.
Hobbits are not part god.
Bilbo did pretty well for himself for a while.
You're telling me a
Are
hobbit,
you saying
a half a human, is not half god?
He's a halfling. He's not half.
He is a
human.
halfling.
He's
He's
a
a
halfling.
halfling? That doesn't
It's
mean
not
he's
the
half god. That's not the same thing at all.
I thought that was what that meant.
No, halfling just means half a person.
That
It
was a
means
good
tiny-
game. The
it means
Lord of the
tiny.
Rings was a good game too.
Oh, you're talking about Return of the King? Yeah, it was goated.
Yeah.
Or was it Two Towers? It was one of them because that was
Return of
just
the King
Legolas.
was-
Arrows, baby.
I know you're just like
Just
killing people off
nonstop.
screen, dude. You
Yeah.
don't even see them.
And Jordan's running around as Gimli.
Oh, I swear,
Oh,
That was
he loves those side characters. He would have been an
Oh,
orc.
I was
I was
Aragorn.
Brendan.
I
Jordan
was
would have been like,
Aragorn.
I want to be an orc. I want to be an orc.
Yo, these guys.
Because the orc at least is in the battle. Something.
You really trying to stretch what you're trying to say here.
That you love side
Aren't you-
characters. Why don't you want to be a main character?
What side character do I love?
You said you were a trooper.
A
Yeah.
trooper, bro.
Battlefront.
In
It's a
Battlefront, who
callback.
cares? It's just a video game. I just want to pew pew. I'm not saying the trooper is my favorite character.
You
If
like
you want-
Finn? You're more of a Finn kind of guy.
Yeah, he is a Finn kind of guy.
Finn should have been the main character of the sequel series.
Finn should have been a Jedi.
He should have been the main guy, and he should have been a Jedi. Because, like, compare him to Rey. I mean, how cool would it have been to have a stormtrooper turned resistance / Jedi hero? A dude who's meant to get mowed down by everybody becomes like the greatest Jedi of the era.
You could have kept Rey. I just think
That's
that
like a side character.
they just did Finn dirty by not making him like a force sensitive character.
You know, and that's kind of weird for Disney, right?
Is it?
They went for the chick. Like
They
you know,
It's
Okay.
not just this chick; it's the nostalgia. Because like Rey and Luke kind of had this similar beginning, and they're trying to go for that. You know, a nobody on a shitty wasteland.
Oh, they
It's-
did the
it's
old
the
copy
same
and
thing.
paste, huh?
Force
The
Awakens
old
is
copy
just
and
a New
paste.
Hope.
it was like they were like, how do we revive the series? Bring in the stuff. It was all a money making scheme, right?
Yeah, it was.
know.
They fired
Man.
Lucas. They fucking fired his director because he was taking too long to write the script for Force Awakens, and then they brought in J.J. Abrams like a year before they wanted it to be released, and
Yeah,
they were writing it as they were filming it.
we all have problems with J.J. Abrams, right?
I don't
Didn't we
know
all have
how-
problems with it?
He made Lost, and everyone thought he was some kind of genius.
Well, I like Lost.
Lost is not even the show; it's just how you are watching it.
No, that's only if you're dumb, dude.
This show made no sense. Like the
if
first
you
season was fine, and then it just went off the rails, dude.
you gotta
never seen
binge
it.
it. You gotta binge it.
You can't just. How do you?
I
even
watched the
binge?
whole. I watched the whole series in
We're-
4 days.
We went down a
when I
plane on
lived
a
in
deserted
California.
island. You know what lost me? Was
It
when they
makes-
went
it
down.
makes-
No,
it makes way more
doesn't.
sense when you watch them all back to back.
The problem with Abrams is this, like, his whole like shtick of withholding information. Like, you just never truly know what's going on. There's always like surprises and mystery. Like, he's really good at that. Like, he's really good at making you like wonder, you know, what's the deeper meaning here? What's this mean and stuff like that. But it just went off the rails.
It says lost. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, sure.
I will say I think the writers got a little lost halfway through the series, but they brought it back, dude. With the multiple timelines at the end, it was actually pretty good. It ends better than you remember.
I-
Multiple timelines.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple timelines. There's a ghost hunting people. There's a 3-ton
Well,
statue.
I mean,
They're having
kind of.
flashbacks of a dude they know, and next thing you know, he's on the same deserted island in a bunker. It was.
They got desperate,
it didn't
huh?
make any sense. It didn't.
When was
They gotta-
when was the last time you watched it?
They got extremely
college.
desperate.
Yeah, rewatch it again. I'm telling you, it's better.
I had a friend who had a box set, and we were watching that shit high, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Well,
is this?
whoa! You can't do it. You can't do that. No. You get a little
Perfect
buzz
show
going,
for it.
couple brews, and you just sit there and you're like, yeah.
Like,
I get it.
had me in the first season, and then the second one, I'm like,
First
what is
season's great.
happening? Yeah, because it was
Last
like,
season-
because the first season was at least coherent.
Last season's pretty good too.
I don't know. I don't.
There,
think,
there are a lot of unanswered storylines, but they kind of bring the whole series together.
all I know is I don't know what the fuck the last movie J.J. Abrams directed is, and I'm cool with that.
And
You
what
don't know
was-
the last movie he directed?
The last movie I know he did was the last Star Wars sequel movie.
Isn't he doing
He's doing.
New Superman?
No, that's
No.
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Oh, that's right. That's right. Which
Oh
one
wait,
did-
hold on. J.J. Abrams did Cloverfield, groundbreaking.
I remember Cloverfield. Yeah, it was okay.
I couldn't. I the Cloverfield was stupid. He did the Star Trek movie. He
I
did
do
Mission
remember that.
Impossible. Mission Impossible 3. Duh. Just Mission Impossible 3. What about the other ones? Oh, maybe
Long
that's
time
why.
ago.
First and second one were good. Third one was
All
I
of
didn't-
them are
I didn't
extremely
mind
good.
The Star Trek movie as much as I minded Star Wars.
Star Trek is good though. I mean, I love the Star Trek.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. When I watched Force Awakens the first time, I left there. I was like, that was all right. I wasn't disappointed.
I walked out ranting.
You knew,
And
but
to
you
the people I
knew.
went with. I
that-
was just like, here's everything I absolutely hated about that movie.
No, I didn't.
No, but-
I was just there to enjoy the
I was
experience.
disappointed.
Exactly.
I was
Exactly.
disappointed.
You knew you weren't gonna get
I was disappointed.
what you. Well, you went in there with expectations. You got to look at it
I went
with
in there not watching
non-expectations.
I thought we were going to have something that wasn't just A New Hope.
No, it was obviously going to be A New Hope.
I was pissed. I was
But
upset.
Here's the thing: when they killed Han, that hurt a little bit.
I heard Chewie the most.
It hurt Chewie the
Well,
most, right?
Poor Chewie. Also, I had this little girl sitting next to me when I was watching it. I was in Italy, and I had this little American girl sitting next to me asking questions the whole fucking time.
Oh my
Did
god.
you answer or like?
No, it was to her dad.
Oh,
And I remember when Leia first came on screen, everybody was like cheering and like clapping hands, and she goes, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Get out of here, you idiot! You're ruining this moment."
that's sad because Leia had that like I'm in space, but now I'm like forcing back into the ship scene in that second movie.
That was the second one, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm talking about this, the first one.
Oh, I
when
thought you said
her
the
and
second.
Rey-
Okay.
J.J.
No,
Abrams is doing another Star Trek movie, a prequel.
Prequel to what?
Prequel to
Star Trek. Yeah. Did you guys watch that movie Sinners?
No, not yet.
Good movie.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
What Sinners? I don't even know what that is.
Sinners is like it's like a vampire movie.
Dude. With Michael B. Jordan? Nah, it's pretty good. It's like Dust. It's like Dust to Dawn.
But there's like
You ever seen
vampires.
Dust? That's what. Have you ever seen Dust to Dawn, Jordan?
No.
Okay, it's done by Ryan Coogler, and he did Black Panther.
It's pretty good. I liked it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
really good things about it. I heard it's fucking awesome.
What's it on? Like, where can I watch it?
I think it's
It's still in theaters. Yeah. Unless you want to do what I do.
Yeah, Scott Pirates.
Whoa,
No,
not
I
so
don't.
loud there, guy.
you wouldn't download a car.
Yeah. I want to see the. I
I'm waiting
also
for
want
the
to see.
F1 movie. I'm
the
waiting for the F1 movie.
I want to see that movie too. But the next movie I'm gonna watch probably either when I have free time is The Accountant 2.
No, I'm not watching that shit. The first one
Yeah.
was so bad, dude.
No.
I'm not
no.
giving Ben Affleck the time of day.
Yeah. It's got my guys in there.
See, no, I don't know. It's rare that there's a movie that's coming out I actually want to freaking see. What's actually in theaters right now?
Who knows? Minecraft.
We got the new Mission Impossible. We got Final Destination
Yes.
Bloodlines.
Hold on. What's better, Mission Impossible or James Bond?
James Bond.
Mission Impossible.
James Bond,
what?
100%, dude.
Oh, I
James
didn't know you.
Bond.
I didn't know you love them Brits, huh?
I'll take
Bruv.
Daniel Craig over Tom Cruise any day.
Dude.
Any day. Sorry.
No, you know what though? You know what I've been I hate that I like it. And we just rewatched it with the boys a little bit yesterday. Was Top Gun Maverick?
See? Dude.
No,
Come
that movie,
on.
it's just like it's got everything I need in it, dude.
Everyone did say it was a really awesome
It-
movie.
So, have you not seen it?
No.
Oh my God.
God.
Are you an
It just
American?
takes forever.
It just
Look at
it
your
borders
pro-US propaganda shoved down my throat.
it borders on being cheesy, but it's like it never crosses it. You're like,
Right. Because it's the
but-
sequel. It's the
Yeah.
sequel. So, and it's like a 20-year sequel. So it's like, we got to make it cheesy. Let him come in as
it never really
instructor.
crosses into cheesy. It's just like it's like riding that line.
Like when you were like, oh yeah, that's Goose's son over there. I was like, okay, that was gonna get like extremely cheesy. And then
And
they
it-
had Val
It just-
Kilmer. It did, and then Val Kilmer
Yeah.
the Iceman.
Iceman.
When he went to go visit Iceman at the end or whatever.
Oh, dude. And then he dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
But I like it. I liked it.
It's good, man. It's really good.
I mean,
Dude,
I've
the
been
boys
wanting
love
to
it
check
in the
out.
beginning with the test plane.
Dude, yeah.
They love that shit.
They're like, this is impossible. Nobody can do it. And then you just see him flying out
10.
there
Mach 10 and then he hits Mach 10 and they're like, don't do it.
without
Don't do
passing
it.
out.
Well, yeah, no, they were worried about the ship exploding.
Yeah, that's right.
But
That's right.
I'm talking about the beginning, not at the end when they're making the vertical.
Oh, okay. That was a good movie. I gotta rewatch it. I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah.
Everyone I
Bro.
know is just like Top Gun Maverick, man. Top Gun
It's
Maverick,
good.
dude.
It's they did it right. They did it right for what they wanted it. Is what they wanted it to be.
Right. They sang. What was the song? Didn't they sing it? Did they sing a song in the second one? Obviously.
Yeah. They sang the same song from the first one.
Yeah. What was that
Highway
song?
to the Danger Zone?
Well, Danger Zone is in it, but he plays on the piano.
On the piano. Yeah. What's the song?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
You're killing me.
place it in.
I'm like watching him play it in my head.
I know, dude. Oh,
When they're in the
my
bar. They're in the bar. He's the
God.
only one wearing the Hawaiian shirt. Oh my god.
Such a great movie.
Good.
Oh my god.
What?
Great Balls of Fire?
Great
Balls of
Balls
Fire.
of
That's
Fire.
it. Yeah.
Oh
Goodness
man.
gracious, Great Balls of Fire.
Man. It's good, man. Dude, Top Gun.
Look, my
You know what
my backlog list of movies I have to watch is a little too long. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what they need to stop making is Marvel movies.
You having Marvel?
They
fatigue?
need to get rid of that
I
all
hear Thunderbolts
together.
is really good.
What the
Dude.
fuck is Thunderbolts?
Exactly.
It's the new
Dude.
Avengers, man.
Dude, I can't keep up, man. We
There's
just watched the new Spideys, like with Tom Holland.
Yeah,
And Mary hasn't seen like any of the other Marvel movies.
that's
And
what
you
I
know
was
the
from
second one
Thor's.
takes place after the snap,
Yeah,
right? And she's like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like, it's like
know.
everybody's dead. What happened?
What is it like? Every time I look, I see his face. Wait, he's dead?
It's so funny because
I haven't-
you don't realize how much happens between each movie.
That's true. I like the third Spidey movie mostly because the first
That was the
Spider-Man
best.
in it.
Yeah,
That was great.
it was good. I thought all three of them were great in it.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen any of them.
You have it really?
Really?
Yeah, I haven't
They're
seen
they're
any
worth,
of them.
they're worth watching. They're worth watching.
It's Spider-Man, dude. He's like
I
the
just
greatest
can't.
superhero ever.
I can't.
I
I
will say
watched.
the new Fantastic Four movie looks pretty decent. I might see that.
No,
I think it
scrap
looks
it. They
decent.
need. No, how many Fantastic Four movies have they had with different
Flops,
characters?
all flops. They had like 3 all
Scrap
flops.
it!
All flops.
Scrap it!
No. I mean, I thought like Jessica Alba when she was in that one. I was like, all right, now we're talking.
Yeah,
Hey, it was terrible, dude. It was
they're all
terrible.
They had they came up with a sequel for it, even worse, and then they rebooted it. It was even worse, and now I'm hoping this one is okay.
how's it gonna be okay? Those
It has
characters suck.
Galactus in it, and it has Pedro Pascal,
Oh, he's
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
I thought they should have done John Krasinski.
Well, he
Like
was
that
in
would have
the-
been good.
he did play it in the sequel to Doctor Strange.
No, yeah, no, I know he did that, but I'm saying like that should have been
His
they used.
solidified role. Yeah.
yeah.
You know
He
what?
was
You know
busy.
what though? With Google having quantum computers and Microsoft having quantum computers, does that give proof that we live in a multiverse? And if so, is Marvel real? Can Marvel be real with these multiverses?
You know, I saw this episode of Justice League where it turned out a comic book was just a guy channeling the visions of another dimension.
No, really?
Yeah, that was an episode of Justice League. It was a sad episode too.
This is like I did see Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's kind of like that, right?
It's good.
Right?
That's good. I do like how they have what's his face, and he thinks
Yeah.
it's supposed to be in America, and he's
It's
Johnny.
like we're saved
Fantastic
now.
Four.
from the first Fantastic Four.
We're
Yeah,
saved
yeah, it's
now.
so funny.
Blame on. He said, "Oh no."
And they're like, what?
Oh my god, dude! I don't
Yeah.
know. I think we're living in a multiverse. That means there's infinite amount of you, Chris's.
So you're saying that there's a timeline that's
scary.
better than this one?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Bro, we live in the dumbest timeline. What are
We
you
live
talking
in
about,
clown
dude?
world. Clown world.
We do live in a
Horrible.
clown
It is-
world, dude.
You got
It's
Zahir
like-
Was?
I just want to know what was that one tiny moment where the universe is split? Did somebody like flip a coin or take a huge shit and we somehow got split off into the dumb universe? Like what happened, dude?
I think our
I think
timeline,
the
it must have got
moment 4chan was
hijacked.
created.
It
The
got
moment what
hijacked.
was created?
I think the moment 4chan was created.
Oh, yeah. So you think there's a universe where they didn't create it?
Yeah. There's a universe where Moot decided to do something else.
Interesting. Or no, you know what? It's Bitcoin. Satoshi. Satoshi never went through it. He never wrote the paper.
Ooh. Ooh.
There would be less scams. That would be nice.
Mm.
I don't have to scroll on social media and see like deep fake of Elon Musk going like, I just created a website that's going to give everyone 1 Bitcoin if you just give me your wallet link.
Did you guys see that thing with the Trump bringing in that president
Oh,
and
the
then
South
The
African
South
dude?
African president? That was pretty wild. Pretty wild.
he's not afraid of confrontation at all, dude.
I mean, when you have the strongest military in the world, would you?
and
I
this
mean,
guy,
it's crazy because you know that shit was so planned. Like that's not
no, a trap, dude.
that was a trap. That was wild.
I know.
Why?
It's just
All
like,
these
why'd you
people in
even
traps.
because you know it's a trap. Why would you even show up?
People,
when-
we live
When
in
the president of the
clown world.
United States says you're gonna meet with me, you're gonna go meet with the president.
I
Doesn't
would,
matter.
yeah.
who.
I would have told him like, how many planes do I have to buy for you to get off my back?
He's like, you can't afford them.
But he keeps trapping all these presidents of other countries. Crazy.
You got to, man. When you're the world currency.
Bro.
You didn't even say thank you.
That was
Oh my god.
Eddie
Oh my
Vance.
God.
Traps!
Was Vance there? I know he met the new
No.
pope, so thank God he's still around.
Did you see how the Pope insisted that he and Zelensky meet?
Yeah,
No.
he didn't seem
Yeah.
like he was very happy to see Vance.
No, he seemed like he was trying to get rid of him.
Really?
Yeah, but apparently he insisted that they meet to talk, and they did. They ended up meeting at the Vatican, or no, at the U.S. Embassy in Rome,
Oh wow.
which is pretty crazy. If you
What
ask
did
me.
what did they talk about?
I don't know. It was a photo op, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. We are committed to continue talks.
We give you your
Probably
support.
what it is.
They're getting played by Russia, so they're trying to play it down. You know what I mean? By being like, "Hey, Ukraine's at the table." Like, you know what I mean? Like Zelensky's starting to make the right moves and being like, "Hey, I'm going to go to Turkey. If Putin shows up, I'll talk to him."
Yeah,
Putin never showed up. You know what I mean?
Trump seems pretty frustrated with Putin nowadays.
He does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he seems pretty frustrated with him. So we'll see what
So-
happens. But yeah, interesting time. Interesting time.
You-
Part of the dumb timeline, I guess.
Dude, clown world.
Clown.
We
It's
live in
fun.
a clown world.
It's wild, bro. Never ending.
It's never ending. I still can't. Okay, I'm just gonna get this out because I just wanted to say it because Scott showed the link yesterday. I don't know how is it not dumb to be like, okay, we had this really bad episode with Zahir Was. You know who I should talk to about it? Aaron Rodgers. Like I don't
That
even
was
get
just-
it. I just don't even get it.
I think that was just his next guest after Zahir Was.
I hope so because it's just like, you know who I should talk to about this? Aaron Rodgers.
I just love that he's like, it was probably the worst podcast I ever did, or the greatest.
the greatest.
What?
Ah.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Zahi's getting eaten up online.
And I
Getting-
told
Hey,
I
hey,
told
we got
you
we
guys-
got over
I told you it was
700 views because of it.
I told you it was
That's
going to be
true.
a big
That's
deal.
fair.
I told you, I was like, dude,
Yeah.
that was a big Jordan.
I said it would be a train wreck if he went on.
It was
I-
a train, but it was Zahi being the train wreck.
Yeah,
I
because
told you
I was
last
so
week.
right.
He came off. He was too aggressive, man. He should have been just, I don't know.
I mean,
I already expressed my feelings on that.
yeah. And I mean, Joe Rogan had the same. I mean, I told you, it was like a Biden and Trump-esque debate. Like, you could just visibly tell, like, okay, there's something wrong with this picture with Zahi. There's something wrong. There's red flags that are just popping up out of every direction.
Did you guys end up watching the Bernie on Flagrant
I
podcast?
did.
I did
I
not
did.
have
Good,
enough
man.
time. I mean,
It was
I
pretty
like
good.
Bernie
It
Sanders,
was.
man. I think he's one of the most lied about people in the nation.
I think so too now. I like I like his views. I do. Like he's the thing is he's so old, but I
He
mean
is
like
old.
he's kind of down to earth and he does know what he's talking about. Especially with the because he's on that tour, what's it against the
He has,
Oligarchy.
like, fight
oligarchies.
tour. Bernie's been saying this forever, man. His views have not really changed.
Yeah, but I mean like what can we do, right? He said that there are 3 what was it, hedge funds or 3
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 3 hedge funds, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street that
Yeah.
own 95% of like the stock market or something like that.
No. He said they're on the they own the majority of companies, like 95% of the like publicly traded companies. One of the 3 is a majority owner in those.
In those.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
he's been saying this forever.
I've been saying it too. Larry Fink. Go after that guy. This man, I mean, like,
I
dude,
think he's great. I think he's down to earth. I mean, you believed RFK Jr. when he said, he got all the money from Big Pharma.
He got all the. I can't even do an accent. I can't do it, dude.
That was
hard
pretty
to do.
All
good.
the money from Big Pharma funds Bernie Sanders. Like, again, lie, straight up lie, dude.
Bernie said he got like what was it, like 15, like
From
a quarter of a
workers.
million.
Not from
Or
the
something
people
from
up
them?
top, man.
I don't know, man.
It was like people who worked in the pharmaceutical industry donated to him. It wasn't like corporate money that he got.
But still, right? It's a crazy world that we live in because it's like those giant corporations. I mean, like they run everything, and it's like
Too big to fail.
even there's too big to fail. But then, like what Andrew Schultz said, where does patriotism come in? Like like we're supposed to be America, but I mean, like really, we are like the central capital of everything of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are.
So
Why
it's
do-
like
Why do you think they put so much money in propagating the culture war?
I you know what though? I think what they should do is start doing that and just start flowing a lot of put like Chinese things into Russian things and then Russian things into Chinese places.
What?
Cause
What?
What?
What are you saying?
all
Like,
right,
give an
so
example.
like all right, for soft power, right? We talked about this a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
If America was smart, which I'm pretty sure they probably already are doing this, is they would take Chinese influence into Russia and then the opposite, Russian influence into China. So they two can butt heads and duke it out. And then we come over, take it. World domination, baby. Because
We
you
are
want
now
Are you saying
dumber
like? Are
for
you
having
saying like?
listened to you.
Are you saying like drive a wedge between them? Like have some operatives like drive a wedge between them?
yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drive
I
a
think
wedge.
your plan is flawed. The idea works. Your plan makes no sense. And I award you no points.
Scott will eventually discover the term color revolution.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
you just need a but like
do you know?
no, not really. I just wing
It's
it.
obvious.
I just show up and wing it, man. Yeah,
See,
what I do
Scott,
best.
Scott's talking about he wants to fund his own Russian Tucker Carlson
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. In
Like-
China.
in China. Yeah, in China and
Yeah,
Russia.
yeah,
Fund
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah.
So the one in China, the Tucker Carlson in China is Russian. The one in Russia is Chinese.
See,
There you
see,
go.
we did it.
You know,
We're
he
here.
come- you know, he's
We're here.
all like, you know, you gotta question the Kremlin, and then he comes over to America and goes like, "Look at this bread. It's amazing.
This GMO bread.
This GMO just makes things taste better."
GMO makes
Red
it taste
40,
better.
Red 40.
No, you're talking about MSG, not GMO.
That's the Chinese Tucker.
No, GMO isn't that the
Genetically modified. Yeah. MSG is what makes everything taste good, and it's all
We
over
just-
China.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
have so much variety on our shelves. Look at this low-fat ketchup.
Oh,
Zero sugar ketchup.
Zero
I-
sugar.
I just don't like ketchup.
Yeah, that's
Why?
weird.
I don't know. I just never. I like it on like some things, but
Like fries, you have to
Gotcha.
have ketchup.
I
fries.
don't. I hate it on fries.
You would love Chicago. They're like,
Oh.
they hate fucking ketchup here for some reason.
It's
They're
not-
famous
It's not
for it.
good. It's not good.
I don't mind
It's-
ketchup.
Yeah, it's because everything you eat just tastes like ketchup.
Yeah, 'cause
It just
ketchup's
That's the
good.
best. That's the best part.
That's like
Yeah.
that's like eating barbecue without barbecue sauce.
Who does that?
Freaks, I guess.
Wait, whoa.
I guess we found one.
Anytime I'm smoking anything, I never use barbecue sauce.
All right, calm down, Mark Zuckerberg.
That what? I didn't get that one.
I'm just
Mark-
saying, anytime I'm
his favorite
grilling,
hobby
or
is smoking meats.
is it?
Yeah.
Dude, his Theo Vaughn podcast was so awkward as fuck, dude.
Was it
Yeah,
with
thing-
Theo Vaughn?
I don't drink coffee.
The coffee thing, he's like, I never indulge. Well, except for when I'm on vacation, and I might have a cup. And it was like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
He's not beating the AI allegations.
He acts like a robot. It's fucking weird.
He's just
Yeah, you know,
socially
I like barbecue sauces, but I'm not like, you know, but there's variety. Ketchup is just one fucking thing, dude.
I like Chick-fil-A sauce.
Chick-fil-A sauce is where it's
Chick-fil-A.
at, dude.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. I'll put
Chick-fil-A
this shit on
sauce.
anything. It's so good.
Do you guys like the Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A?
Nah, I never tried it.
It's okay.
It's okay. I've never tried it
Chick-fil-A
either.
sauce. Chick-fil-A sauce is better.
Yeah, hands down.
I like
you know?
Chick-fil-A sauce and Raising Cane's sauce. I think it's pretty good.
Raising Cane sauce is good.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's
I
good.
would-
love Cane's.
I would get I would make a frozen pizza and then just get like a cup of Chick-fil-A sauce and just dump it.
They
and
sell like
just-
the bottles of it.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, I
So
always have
good.
one. I always have one ready.
It's just so good. I don't understand it. What is it?
they found the bliss point.
Yeah,
Amazing.
you know what I'm excited about though. When I get back to the States, in Virginia, they're building the very first Buc-ee's in Virginia.
Really?
Yeah,
I want to go. I want to see what the
It's-
hype
it's
is
supposed to
about.
be- it's gonna be like
Good.
65,000 square feet.
Huge.
Freaking
It's gonna
the
have
fucking
100
Costco.
120 gas pumps. It's gonna be insane, dude. And it's just off of 81, just in the middle of nowhere in Virginia.
Is that a franchise?
Yeah. I think it is. I don't know if it's all corporately owned or if it's franchised, to be honest, actually.
Because
Like,
I was gonna say you could bring it here to Chicago and you could break the bank.
Yeah, dude. It's so they're saying it's gonna make as much money in the area that it's in, it's gonna be like 3 times more than the entire city brings in or something like that. It's gonna be something crazy.
Yeah, because people are gonna make like pilgrimages to it. It's gonna be like
Yeah.
White Castle.
Well, it's also right off of 81, so it's like it's gonna be a stop for everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to miss too.
Mhm.
See, that's where we go. That's the real business we need. That's fighting the oligarchy, right?
Bro, they part of the oligarchy.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're part of the oligarchy, bro. Jeez,
There's,
man.
there's some like Texas ass oil money in that shit. There's no doubt.
Yeah, probably OPEC.
I don't know. We'll see.
Did you guys
but
watch that podcast though?
what podcast?
The Schultz.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was
Actually,
good.
the interesting thing was like Bernie was all about it. He was like, "You guys are asking amazing questions."
Yeah, he really was.
And he was just at the end. He's like, "This was a great conversation."
I
He's
don't.
like,
Yeah,
nobody asked these questions.
I don't think. Yeah, and I mean, Bernie gave really good, interesting answers too,
Yeah.
like with the education and all that stuff. Like, dudes, like some education, like like we do need like engineers and stuff. Like, dude, like you have to check out the podcast because it was actually very good. He gave very good answers.
That's
And
the
it was
first like 10 minutes though, talking about the Brooklyn Dodgers.
yeah.
And like, but immediately like, God, this guy's so fucking relatable. What the fuck?
Bernie, he's just like
You know-
that. He's just reminds.
He's so
He
old.
just reminds you of like that typical like Jewish New Yorker man that can talk about anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny too. He's like, when we were watching baseball as kids, it taught you arithmetic, because you had to know the averages and stuff. And they're
He's
like,
the man, dude.
but it's Schultz. He's like, we call that autism nowadays. It was funny, man, and like they kind of had Bernie laughing. He was like really
Yeah.
at ease and kind of shooting the shit, but also like trying to be serious and giving like real answers.
He was-
Yeah, he was. You know
Why do
what
you-
though?
why do you
Like
think everybody he was trying to. Why do you think everybody on both sides was trying to screw him?
How do you feel about this though? Remember how like being a Bernie bro was like it was derogatory, right? They're like the fucking Bernie bros.
They tried
And
to paint him
Andrew Schultz said this past election they tried to paint them as the podcast bros.
Yep.
They did the same
Yep.
smear tactics.
Yep. I was there for all of it, fucking, because Rogan said he had Rogan on in Rogan had him on in 2020, and so they're
Yeah,
trying to affiliate him with the whole like toxic part of like the podcast bros, and then the whole Bernie bro thing was they tried to paint him as racist. Like the dude got arrested for civil rights marches,
Yeah.
and you're gonna paint him as racist?
But it was his own party that turned on him.
Yeah, where do you think
Yeah,
all that?
it was.
Where do you think the narratives came from? I mean, the right
Bro,
was
and
just
he-
calling him a communist and then calling it a day. That was it.
So
And it
how
was-
can-
It was so funny though because like they said that to him like it was the Democrats that did this to you. He's like, "Yep,
Yep.
I'm not gonna fight with that." He's like, "Yeah,
Straight up.
So I mean, like, so if here's my thing, right? Like, what the Democratic Party is just, they're so like,
they're in
Elitist.
disarray." Dude.
They're in disarray. They're elitist. Fucking, they're dropping like flies because they're the geriatric party right now. We just lost Connolly.
That shit is wild.
Yeah.
And they gave him that seat instead of AOC, and
yeah.
the mofo died, dude.
No, they gave him his seat over AOC, full well knowing this man is dying of cancer.
I know it makes no sense. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is running this party? It's
I
crazy.
don't know if you've ever heard of David Hogg, the Parkland speaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's one of the vice chairs of the DNC right now, right?
Not anymore.
I
thought
know. Isn't that
They
crazy?
ousted him.
They ousted
Yeah.
him because he was just like, "Hey, we should have more younger people in the party," and they got pissed.
Well, so that's what he said, but what he was really saying was we should primary everybody.
Right.
And they
That's
got
exactly
mad
what he was saying.
because they're like, we're not primarying anybody if they're
But-
already in office.
so who makes the
Party.
The party.
yeah,
As a
but
whole.
who are? I don't. Who's
He's
but
trying to
who's
find
like
the
got
power
the
behind the throne here.
It's Hillary Clinton. All right.
It's
Like
Hillary Clinton, it's Pelosi,
and Obama.
probably a little bit of Biden too, and Obama. Yeah,
No, it's
But
not
we-
Biden. Biden's dying, dude. He's
But we
dead.
don't know. But we
I'm
don't
sure
know.
I'm sure they still call him every now and then.
Nobody's called that guy, dude. He can't answer the phone.
only
It's
the
like
View is calling.
The
him.
Democrats are
Yeah.
entrenched power. That's what they are.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you're just gonna have to wait unless there was like a big revolution within like the internal structure of the
It's
DNC.
Hillary. It's
You have to wait until they
Obama.
fucking get picked off. But then
Yeah.
their kids are probably going to take over too.
Ain't
I think-
nobody listen to Chelsea Clinton.
Who's calling the
It
shots
doesn't even
though?
matter. As long as
The
she's
crazy-
paying for shit, they have to.
Like
It's
you guys.
Pelosi. It's Chuck Schumer. It's
Schumer.
Obama. It's Clinton. It's the royalty of the Democratic Party, bro.
Yep.
And so what they all get together and they all vote, or do they just make a decision?
They pull strings. People they have the purse. They have the purse. They have the influence. What they say goes. It's just how it is.
It's just they just make a statement. They literally make a statement. That's literally how Kamala got the nomination. Is because Biden agreed to an open primary, and then he announced he wasn't running, and 30 minutes later he endorsed Kamala Harris, and the party was like, "Well, I guess we got to fucking go with Kamala Harris now." That's how it worked.
Clown world.
It's
DNC.
wild,
It is a clown world. We got elitist geriatrics steamrolling us, and on the other side we have weird shit. It's just like, what do you do?
Yeah, it's weird. It's getting crazy.
You got like you got these elite geriatrics, and on this side you have like these wannabe authoritarians.
That's your party, though.
What party?
You know,
I don't have a party.
I thought the Democratic Party was your party.
I've never registered as a Democrat.
it's pretty. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. You might get arrested by ICE.
Yeah, I mean, I am brown.
Yeah,
With
that's
no
what I'm
due
saying.
process, I don't know how I'm going to
Yeah,
defend
careful.
myself.
You got a little bit of a Palestinian beard going there, so
So, I mean, I could either go to El Salvador or I could go to South Sudan. So, I don't know which one I should pick.
and Libya, right? Libya's on
Libya's another one. Yeah, maybe I can become a warlord.
That's
actually
crazy.
send me.
Crazy. So who's like the top runner for the Democratic Party now?
We don't know.
Nobody.
We'll
They don't
find
know
out in
anybody.
2028.
We got to make a move. If everybody else is doing this power play, we could get in there too and make a power play.
You can see the people making the plays right now. Buttigieg, Newsom, AOC.
I can't see
Pritzker.
Newsom. I can't see Pritzker doing it. That guy will be.
I hate Pritzker
he will-
so much, man.
He,
I mean, not
Can you
Pritzker,
imagine-
freaking Newsom.
I mean, you love Pritzker.
I like Pritzker. I
Pritzker
mean,
wa-
he's definitely better than freaking Gavin Newsom or like Andrew Cuomo, who's trying to get back into politics for some reason.
Pritzker to me, he's the Chris Christie of the Democratic Party. dude.
exactly. That guy is. He's not walking.
It gives me that's the
You
vibes
witnessed in
I
my
get.
neighborhood walking.
Pritzker is not walking. He's on his little
No.
rattler thing.
He has
Driving
his
his
own
scooter.
beard too. I mean, relatable. He has Pritzker
This-
beer.
No. Newsom, maybe.
George Bush had Bush Light.
Newsom, maybe. What do you mean Newsom? What do you like? What do you like about? I mean, what do you like about Gavin Newsom?
He has his own podcast. He's relatable.
Also, how the fuck does the governor of California have time to make a podcast?
I mean, like half our fucking.
How come nobody's asking this question,
Half
dude?
our representatives have a fucking podcast.
The guy's a governor. I don't care about the House of Representatives. They're in session 8 days a year.
Everyone is doing
This guy's
this shit.
running a state.
To the ground.
What is doing?
Yeah,
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
he's like, I got
not
nothing to
home,
do
that's
today.
why. He's like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I'm gonna start
He's
a
trying.
podcast.
Gavin Newsom is trying to have conversations with his ideology opponents.
Yeah, ideological opponents. But you know, another one who had a good podcast, actually on Flagrant, was Buttigieg.
I don't
Yeah,
know who that is.
Buttigieg has kind of positioned himself to be Obama light. I mean, he's definitely gotten the training since.
I'm pretty sure we call it Obama White. Is what we call it.
Obama white.
All right.
Peace.
So how can we infiltrate the Democratic Party and take power?
You need to take the playbook from the Tea Party.
It's fine. Yeah, but
Just with
They've
the
run
Russ
away
oligarch
power.
backing, you can't get because
But
he's
so-
trying to out left them probably.
But so what do we do? So do I just dress up in a suit, shake some hands, tell everybody, hey, I'm your guy, or what?
Yeah, just do that.
well,
Well,
I don't
first
know,
you should start by having some policies.
Should I just and I can copy and paste Obama's policies?
no, that wouldn't fly today.
Copy and paste
People have already gotten wise to
Com-
that.
Copy and paste Kamala's policies.
I
What-
don't
what
think that
poli-
would work. But I would say maybe go with Bernie's policies. You seem to like them.
No, because they outed Bernie. What policies did they like? The
You're
Democratic
trying to out
Party.
them.
Exactly, but you gotta blend in before you out them, dude.
I mean,
they're in
AOC kind
disarray
of falls
if
in the
they're-
Bernie camp.
Yeah,
She's a Democrat.
Yeah, and they didn't give her the seat. They gave it to a dying person, right?
yeah, but she's gonna outlast them.
Yeah, she's gonna be there for a minute, and Bernie's kind of handing the torch off to her.
As he should. He's too old.
Yeah, but like you
Yeah.
said, but like you guys said, the people that are calling the shots, I can tell that they don't like her.
Yeah, but the
If they
people
give
calling
it
the
to a
shots
bu-
are the
di-
people you're conspiring against.
Exactly, you gotta blend in and do what you gotta just
Wait.
fall in line.
Here's the thing, dude. The people who were calling the shots didn't like Obama at first either, and he started getting, some popular momentum, and they were like, "See ya, Hillary. I'm on board with this guy."
And Obama had a very populist message.
I think what I'll
Bernie has a
do, I
very
think
populist message. So does AOC.
Yeah.
So populism is what's working. Look, Trump's in office, and he both
He
his
ran-
terms he used populist messaging.
Yeah,
You think no tax
Yeah,
on
but-
tips wasn't populist?
how do you? I
I'm.
think
By the way, I'm officially tipping 25% less.
Yeah,
'Cause if you ain't
I've been
getting
hearing a
no
lot of
tips-
people say that.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, then I'm gonna tip you less if it's just because I already know you don't claim all your tips anyway. You liar! Come on.
wow, dude,
Well, it's only supposed to be
I
capped.
claim mine.
So yeah, that's going to be a little tougher to claim.
I'm done. I'm done with the tips.
Done tipping? Come on, dude, you're in Europe.
also-
you don't even tip anymore.
I do tip because this is how you get really good service out here, bro.
That's that's
You
like
tip-
everywhere.
Tip once and you go back, bro. They're taking care of you like
They know who
Thanks.
you are. They know your
Yeah.
name. They're like, I like this guy.
Meanwhile,
best
Scott's in the
service.
tipping industry, so he both probably benefits from this. Hopefully, if
No,
everyone
but-
everyone has Chris's mindset, then no. But still,
But I was thinking because you only benefit if you fall under the 13,000 to 80,000. Now I do a lot of
no,
overtime,
you get taxed over 25,000. So if you get $25,000 in tips a year, you're going to get taxed after that. But you're fine because I don't think you make $160,000 a year.
no, I don't.
Yeah.
But I would still fall under a different tax bracket if I go over 80,000, right? 87,000.
As a whole,
I mean,
yeah,
it-
but
Yeah.
it's you're going to get the deduction if you make less than 160,000. But
Oh, okay.
you can't make over $25,000 in tips because after that you get taxed.
For the whole thing, or is just like
No,
just after the 25?
Just after.
Oh,
the
that's not bad.
25.
That's not bad.
And it's so far. What passed the House is just cash tips. Electronics still get taxed. But a lot of people think they're going
Okay.
to add in electronic in the Senate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. And also it's going to change the world. Being like, if people need to pass money on to each other now, it's gonna be like, hey, I'm just going to tip you this 25 grand. Don't worry about it. Right? Like, are we
That's
not?
true.
Is nobody else seeing the organized crime issue out there? Like in the money laundering aspect of this, nobody's talking. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, but the
Like,
people in power are just like, hell yeah. They like that part.
Yeah, I guess, man. Yeah, they don't need to pay a gift tax because I just tipped my son. He
I
did a
just-
great job
He
cleaning
mowed
my
the lawn.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, what can we live in a corrupt world? I mean, you got to play the game, man. Step up, play the game.
That's your
Step
first
up.
policy. That's your first policy.
play the
Step up.
game.
Play the game. Instead of like change or hope, it's play the game.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
yes, George Soros. I am your next guy. I
Yeah.
am your next guy up. I played the game.
I hope you get on stage and be like, let me introduce you to my puppeteer, Mr. George Soros. Yeah. Guys, I'm transparent as fuck. I am bought and paid for
I am
by the following.
Transparent. No. No. He's just like, dude, I will take money wherever it is. Play the game.
Yeah, Scott's wearing like a
What's that
like a
news
racing
network?
suit with all the patches of all his sponsors.
Yeah, he's like, you got RT Russian Times just right there.
yeah.
They bought that plate. They bought that plate. They
Yeah.
bought that
Here's me in
plate.
front of the Chinese embassy.
Vote for me. I got your
Vote, at least
support,
I ain't
Joe
lying to
Biden.
you.
Hey, gotta play the game, man. I'm trying to get in this politics. I'm trying to politic.
You're
I'm trying to do insider trader.
I don't
I don't
call it
know what-
politics. I call it politricks.
Ooh, that's not old.
It's
I don't know. I'm
ridiculous.
gonna trademark my Obama white instead of Obama light.
Obama white.
I'm gonna
Obama
trademark
white.
that.
Oh,
All right.
dude. God,
We gotta
Peterson's
come
an
up-
Army guy.
We have to come up with a plan where I can infiltrate the Democratic Party, and then we can use your guys' knowledge of politics.
There's a race.
And
I feel like
happening
we-
here. There's a race. There's a race happening here in Chicago.
Didn't we talk about this like a year ago?
And we need to talk about it now
We
because
did.
this is the
We
This is
came
the
up with
perfect time
good
to strike.
campaign for you too.
Yeah,
This is the perfect.
and you bailed, dude.
You
Nah,
fumbled.
dude, this is the perfect time to strike.
There's a
they're in
race happening here in
disarray.
Chicago for a Congress.
What is it for Congress?
For Congress, yeah.
No, let's start small, dude. That's city council.
Gay.
No,
We go,
this is
no, you go
Congress.
for the top. We're thinking big over here, Chris. You're
No,
thinking
no,
too small.
You're too small. You need to start.
I can go to the Democratic Party, be like, listen, I have 1 million followers on so and so. I have somewhat
You
influence.
don't have 1 million followers, so it doesn't
Bots.
matter,
Are you
dude.
just straight
bots,
gonna
you can-
lie?
bots. You can buy them.
That's not transparent.
Are they gonna check my resume?
You're like, I have 1,000 bought and paid for followers,
They don't care.
bro. First of all, it doesn't matter. You can't win Congress because Chris Christie Pritzker isn't gonna back you. So, like, what do you really have? You got to go on city. Start small, bro. Start small. Work your way up. That's how Obama did it. Community organizer made it. He became president.
Okay. We don't have that much time. We only have 3
Why?
years left. We have
We-
3 years.
3 years
For
of
what?
what?
Because the Democratic Party is in disarray right
you're
now.
You're gonna run for president in the next election?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, you could just run. That's easier.
See? There we go.
you can have a good
we're gonna
like,
take
writing
over-
campaign like Easy.
Dude, we're going to take over the Democratic Party. We're going to do it with this face, your guys' brains.
You're gonna make
And
us
we'll
you're gonna make us co-chairs of your campaign management.
No, you guys are in the shadows.
I'm
I'm the front man.
Whoa,
I'll get
whoa,
you
whoa!
George Soros' number.
Thank you.
And I want to be sec def.
I know. Now we have to think if you win, what is the rewards?
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I'll-
You
yeah.
get Sec Def, I want Sec State.
You
That's
can have
fine.
anything you want. You can have anything you want. You guys give me the
Fine.
earpiece. Tell me what I should say. I'll talk intelligently, elegantly, shake hands.
I don't know about
Elegantly
the
or
elegantly.
or,
I
elo-
don't know
or
about that.
eloquently.
This is why I need the earpiece. Okay?
Until we mess up and go, fuck that guy. You're like, fuck that guy.
I'm
Hey, Ron
Burgundy.
Burgundy. Yeah.
I mean, dude, just you. We need to have a We need your campaign policies. What do you believe?
You guys-
What do you?
You
write?
guys make it up.
You're just a
Chat
vessel.
GPT it.
You're just gonna be a vessel.
100%. We go in there to take over the power.
I mean, at least he's open about it, bro. He's
Oh,
bought and
yeah.
paid for.
Transparent.
Transparency at its max.
You know what I mean? We learn about mass psychology, learn how to grift, get in there.
You need
Grip
something. We need We need to come up with a campaign that appeals to both left and right, and it appeals to
That's
the
true.
online left and right.
Independence, right? Let's go for the independence. Let's not push for the right, left, and independence. That's what you want.
It's time for a change.
It's time to get serious.
That was Obama, wasn't it?
That
So,
was Obama.
so,
Change and hope and change.
so the people that are voting, are they gonna remember that? No. They don't even
think
remember
so?
what they had for
dude.
dinner.
There's people that still think Obama's the Antichrist.
It's time for a change. Come on now.
Well, here I
How
go.
about
I
it's time
just
to get
did.
serious.
No, that's Trump-esque.
I just asked
Is it?
ChatGPT the most effective and popular Democratic platform for president.
Okay.
Number one, healthcare for all.
Ooh.
Bernie.
Number
Sweden, Bernie's.
number two, economic justice and income equality.
Bernie.
Okay.
Number three, climate change and environmental protection.
This is Bernie
We must-
again.
We
Number
must protect
four-
our forests.
Protect our parks. Number four, racial justice and police reform. I'd probably scratch that.
Nah, let's
Bernie.
go. I'm mixed, baby. I'll be like,
Number-
let's go.
Number five, immigration reform.
Trump.
Then reproductive rights, voting rights, foreign policy, gun control. Last but not least, social justice and equality.
Okay, the last
think
two
he-
probably don't put that in at first.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with that. We could run the ChatGPT platform, but like, let's,
Exactly. We could be like, let's make women strong again. You know,
That could mean anything.
real
That could
real
mean
women.
anything.
real women.
That's perfect because that could mean anything. That appeals to both spectrums.
We get the
Strong.
women's vote. We get the
Yeah.
women's vote right off the rip. And then let's make a change.
I say let's overpromise, underdeliver.
I swear to God.
That's what you do. That's the winning.
We're
That's winning.
Anywhere they go, they're like, we want, more abortion. You're like, yes. And then they're like, hey, we want to restrict abortion. You're like, yes.
Yes.
They're gonna be like, his first 100 days, he just started a podcast and played video games.
He became a Twitch streamer.
Yo, I'm sitting
This is
here
our
in the
guy.
Oval Office.
Sitting here in the Oval Office.
Like,
This
MTV
was George
Cribs,
Washington's
What's up?
break.
You're
Playing
right.
some Call of Duty. I think I might go to war tomorrow.
Come on, chat. Come on, chat.
Dude, I just learned in Call of Duty this really bad place in Syria. I think we gotta take it out. Gotta take it out.
What is Aleppo?
What does this big red button do? Brings me my Diet Coke.
Spike me the football.
I mean, anything is possible,
You guys seen a UFO before? Yeah,
Oh,
come
that's
with
gonna
me
be the-
live.
That's gonna
come
be
with
the
me,
first thing
chat.
he does is march in the area.
That should be on your
51, dude.
platform. UAP transparency.
That is the first thing he's going to do once he's in office. He's like, show me those
Like,
aliens.
come on, chat.
He's not even going to walk out of the inauguration stage before he says that.
He'll be in his inauguration speech, dude.
I'll just rip off
Show
the
me
mic.
the aliens. He'd be
I am
shaking their
hereby directing the entire U.S. government to declassify anything regarding extraterrestrial life.
Hell
forms.
yeah, dude. My guy.
Dude.
All right. That's all the time we have left. Thank you so much for watching Bags Society. This is Jay signing off.
This is S.
See money.
Vote for me. Vote for me.
Oh,
Vote for
Sex
me.